Namaste, hello and welcome to NCERT's live phone-in program. My name is Tanvi Khurana. This session is an English session for all the little kids, that is the children who are studying in Standard 1. And we are going to study, not actually study, but have fun with the story time. We all love stories. You do, I do, and everyone, be it your parents, you all, the students, teachers. Teachers love to narrate it, you love to listen to it. Even grandmothers, they are the major source through which you get to hear those stories, those beautiful stories. And story time, here we are with some more stories. If you have any queries, any questions, then please reach out to us and tell us which is your favorite story so far. And you can email us your questions and this particular answer on the email ID dth.class1@ciet.nic.in. You're watching us live on PM eVidya channel number 1 and also on our YouTube channel NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can write down your questions, your queries, and yes, please do answer this question, that which is your favorite story and what is the best part of that story and the one that you liked the most. So here we are with an expert. Let's meet, and she is Miss Poonam. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am is an assistant teacher from SKV Ghitorni, New Delhi. And without wasting any more time, let's just begin with this beautiful time of stories. Ma'am, over to you. What exactly do you have in store for me, for our students who are watching you in this particular session?
Amazing stories.
Okay.
Stories that all these lovely children love to listen. And these stories are also the ones which our grandparents and their grandparents used to narrate, and they are still narrating it. And everybody, all, like people from all the generations, they love these stories. So good afternoon, children. How are you? Excited today because it's my favorite time, story time.
Yes.
And as ma'am, you said that children love stories, I agree to it. Like my class used to buzz with energy during the story time, and they used to be most quiet during the story time. Isn't that surprising?
Yes.
They're buzzing with the energy because they love the stories, and they used to quietly absorb the story. They used to listen so patiently and nicely and carefully. It used to amaze me. And I'm sure all the kids have their ears open and they're waiting for the story to come. And here I have got the full box of stories.
Oh my God. But how can a story be in a box?
Kids, are you also feeling surprised? How can I have a box of stories?
Yeah.
There should be chocolates and toffees and sweets and something else in the box.
Right.
But actually, I have this box of stories. I put my hand inside and I bring a story out.
Okay. What exactly is this story that we are going to learn today?
So this box, actually I use the boxes in my class because kids anytime they will just demand a story. Ma'am, would you please narrate a story? And suddenly we are not able to think of a story. I struggle a lot to think which story should I narrate. So these boxes help me, and similarly this box is going to open and the story is going to come out. It's coming out. What has come out? Wheat seeds have come out.
Oh.
Today's story is about wheat seeds. The story has seeds in it. Which looking at seeds? Think, children. Why don't you write in the comment box, tell us, which story do you recall when you look at wheat seeds? I'm sure children must have heard Red Hen had friends on the farm. So would you like to meet the friends? She had a lazy dog. Woof woof. Hello. She had a sleepy cat. Meow. Purr. She had a very noisy quack 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 duck. And all these friends used to have wonderful time in the farm. One day, Red Hen was roaming around in the farm. When she scratched the ground, she found some seeds, some wheat seeds. What is she going to do with these seeds now? What do you think, children? She has found some seeds. What is she going to do? Let's see what's her plan. When she looked at the seeds, she had an idea. She went to her friends and she shared her idea. Hello all, I have found some seeds. Who will help me to plant them? Isn't planting seeds a wonderful idea? So the lazy dog said, woof woof, not I. Oh ho ho. The sleepy cat said, not I. And the noisy duck went quack quack, not I, not I. Oh. So the little red hen, who was sure about planting the seeds, she said, okay, then I will. So she went off to plant the seeds, and slowly the seeds grew into wheat. And it was all ready. The red hen was so happy to see, and she had an idea again. Actually, these wheat needs to be cut, and she went to her friends to take help. So she went to the dog first and told him, would you like to help me to cut the wheat? The lazy dog, woof woof, not I. And the sleepy cat went, purr, not I. And the noisy duck again said, quack quack, not I, not I. But the little hen said, then I will. And she went off to cut the weeds, and now she had a sack full of weeds. What should she do with the sack of seeds? She had an idea. She is going to ground the wheat and get the flour, and for the same thing, she again went to her friends and she asked them, who will help me to take the wheat to the mill? Mill? What will you do to the mill? Said the lazy dog. So, children, do you know what is a mill? And what is she going to do there? So, mill is a place where the wheat will get grounded and it will convert into flour. And the hen was determined. She knew that she has to do it. So, when the dog said no, she went to the lazy, sleepy cat. The cat said, not I. Then she went to the noisy duck. Quack, quack, quack. Not I, not I. Now, the red hen said, okay, then I will. And she took the heavy sack of wheat to the mill and got the wheat grounded, and she came back with the flour. Now she has amazing idea. To use that flour, she is going to bake a bread. And she went to her friends again. Happily, she's happy that seeds have come in her house in the form of flour, and soon she will make a bread out of it. So she went to her friends because she was tired, and she asked for help. I have flour with me, so who would like to help me to bake a bread? The lazy dog said, woof woof, not I. The sleepy cat said, meow, not I. And the noisy duck said, quack quack, not I, not I. But the little red hen said, then I will. So the little red hen went to her kitchen. She baked fresh, hot, wonderful bread. And the smell of fresh baked bread spread all around. And all her friends, they sniffed it. And it smelled wonderful. And they came running towards her kitchen. And they saw that the bread was actually ready to eat.
Yeah.
Now the little red hen, she said, "Friends, the bread is ready. Who will help me eat it?" So ma'am, what do you think? What will be their answer this time?
I think everybody said, yes, yes, I will.
Ah, that's correct. So the lazy dog, he said, "Woof woof, I will." And the sleepy cat said, "Purr, I will." And the noisy duck said, "Quack, quack, 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 I will, I will." But what do you think the hen said?
I think the hen would have refused. Yeah, she should refuse because they didn't help in the entire process. But
Oh, I think you're thinking like the red hen.
isn't it what happened?
Yes. So the red hen said, "None of you actually helped me with any of the work.
Yep.
I am going to eat this bread." She called her chicks, and with them she enjoyed the freshly baked bread, and it was wonderful.
That is such a sweet story, and we get to learn a lot of things from the entire story. So, would you mind explaining the moral of this story to our children?
So, I think we all have friends in our life.
Yes.
All the children have beautiful, wonderful friends, helping friends in their lives. Sometimes it might, if I think of the story, I can relate it to my friends. Sometimes they come up to help, and sometimes some of them will refuse. So I'm thinking, like, which character do I relate to? So if I think about myself, am I the duck in my real life? Am I the cat, the lazy, sleepy cat in my real life? Or am I behaving like the lazy dog in my real life? Or am I so enthusiastic like the red hen, who is always calling her friends no matter what? And she wants the friends to be a part with her. So,
what answer do you get? Which one are you?
So I think I am a red hen.
Okay.
Because I would really love to have my friends with me, become a part of all the things that we do, that I do. And also, like, I just wonder, like you asked about the story and its motto and its moral. So I was wondering, after listening to your question, what would have happened if they all would have said yes at all point of time for all the works. So what do you think, ma'am? What would have happened?
So in the end, along with the hen and her chicks, they too would have been joining for the entire meal.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the result.
Yeah.
That's what finally they will get. I also think that if they would have said yes for all the tasks, I think the hen will get a little less tired. Because her hard work will get distributed and she will feel very happy. And also, if they would have said yes, things would have done a little quicker.
Yeah.
She would not get so tired that she, if everybody is helping, so the work gets done in a jiffy.
True.
We do it quickly. So I think kids also know that when they team up with their friends, when they work with their friends, they are able to do all the difficult things.
Yes, and they would have enjoyed a lot more than she enjoyed individually. So being an individual, of course, you're strong enough, you can handle anything. The hen did it all alone. Yes. But if you are in a group along with the friends, then that makes the journey amazing, and you enjoy it throughout. Yes. And when the outcome comes, you feel even more happier than before.
Definitely.
So, okay, if you'll ask me that what character I would have been, then I don't think I would have been any of the characters, because I'm not that enthusiastic. If my friends say no, then I'll go ahead and maybe, you know, I'm not that courageous, and we'll go ahead with all the steps and get the work done. And I'm not that selfish either, because I'm refusing to help my friend at all stages, and at the end I am there to eat the fruit. No, I'm not that. So which character are you, dear students, or everyone who's watching this session? Please answer it in the chat box of our YouTube channel NCERT Official. We'll be waiting for your answers.
And about this story, I would like to tell our students that the Red Hen is an American folk tale.
Okay.
So folk tale, as many resource person have already shared about folk tale on this channel. So I'll just repeat it once again. So folk tales are the stories which our grandparents and their grandparents and their parents used to narrate to children of the family. So like in old time, when there was no TV and there was no smartphone to watch videos, children had lots of time for themselves, and they used to sit with their grandfather or grandmother and they used to demand, please narrate a story. And that is how these stories are being shared
From generation to generation.
So these stories keep getting passed to the next generation from the word of mouth.
And this happens in every household.
And I'm sure nowadays when kids are at home, parents are getting more time with their children. I'm sure children are having the story time at home, and I'm sure parents are trying to take out some time to sit with them and narrate the stories which they have heard from their grandparents. That is how these stories will remain alive. So when I'm talking about folk tales, I have something else in the box.
Okay, the box has more.
More. So should I take it out?
Absolutely.
Should I go ahead and take it out?
Please.
Kids, are you ready to see what comes out?
Yes.
So let me see what. A rock.
And that is a rock.
And that is a rock. So, I have a story where the rock helped a jackal save its life.
Oh.
Would you like to listen to it?
Yes.
Children, would you like to listen to it? Amazing. So, the title of the story is The Lion and the Jackal.
Okay.
So, and this is again a folk tale, and this folk tale is from Africa.
Okay.
So children in Africa must be enjoying it, listening to the story from their grandparents and parents. So now we are also fortunate enough that we are listening to an African folk tale. So once upon a time, there was a hungry jackal.
Okay.
And he was passing through a mountain region. So it was a very narrow path from where the jackal was going. He was very hungry. He was trying to find some food, but he was just not able to find any food. When he was going through the narrow path, suddenly he came across a lion. A lion. Now the jackal is afraid, scared. The lion is going to catch the jackal, but the jackal wants to live for more days and wants to go back to his family. So he controlled his fear. He said to himself, don't get scared, think of a way to run away. And there he got an idea. The lion looked at the jackal and he was very happy because he has found something to eat. But jackal is not in mood to get hunted. He is not in mood to die today.
Okay.
So he very happily and nicely said, "Good morning, lion uncle." And the lion he felt surprised. He's calling me Uncle Lion? What is he up to? Is he going to play any trick on me again? Because jackal are usually very smart and very clever. So he said, "Yes, you are elder to me. Good morning, Uncle Lion." Lion is impressed. He's happy that somebody is making, feeling that he is supreme, he is elder, he has more strength, he's very powerful. So he started listening to the jackal very carefully. Now jackal said, I want to tell you something, and he started coming closer to the lion, closer, closer, closer. But he knew that the moment he will go close to the lion will catch him. And then he shouted again, suddenly, help! The lion got startled. What happened? What happened? What happened? Why are you shouting like this? And then he looked up towards the mountain, and he said, see, the big rock is falling on us. We both are going to die. The big rock is falling on us. Help, help. And lion, he couldn't react. He was very startled, very surprised. He couldn't think of what to do. He suddenly took out his paws and he tried to stop the rock which was supposed to be falling as per the jackal's information. And he held the rock with both the paws and he said, I'm holding it, we are alive, we are still alive, we are not dying. The jackal was succeeding. He was happy. He said, Uncle Lion, you keep holding the rock. I will go and bring a log to support the rock and we both will be alive. The lion agreed. He was very happy that he's helping the lion, and he knows that I'm strong and he knows that I'm the elder one. So he was into all self-proud, and he was happy, and he was holding the rock, and he was applying all his force so that the rock should not fall down. But the jackal had some other plan. The rock was actually not falling at all. It was just a trick that jackal had played on the lion. The jackal ran away to never come back to lion. And the lion, first of all, initially he kept holding the rock. After some time he realized, he has been tricked. And jackal has played a trick on him again, and that is how he saved his life. So this rock reminds me of that African folk tale, The Lion and the Jackal, where the jackal used his wisdom to save himself without harming anyone. Right. He didn't harm anyone. He didn't do any wrong to anybody. He just used a trick to save himself, to save his life.
Yeah.
I personally like this story a lot. I
love this story, and that's why we say that jackals are very clever and smart. So if one person can use his smartness or cleverness at a situation like that, I think it's brilliant.
It's brilliant, of course, definitely.
Okay, and what are we learning through this story, ma'am?
So most of the time, I would like to leave. The morals and learning to my students. I would like to know from them what do you like the most about the story, and what do you understand from the story.
It's like getting the creativity out of the children's mind.
Yes.
Okay.
But since we are at a platform where we are not, we are talking to children, and we will have to wait for their answer.
Yes.
So I think if we discuss about the story, the main motto, the best thing that I liked about the story is what I already shared, that it's very, you feel happy when you're smart. You feel happy when you do things smartly. And the best part was jackal, he did not harm anyone. My smartness, jackal's smartness didn't go against anybody. It is only for his protection and for his family's protection, and I'm sure he uses lots of tricks to hunt and to get food. That is a survival need for them. And the lion, being very strong, being the king of the jungle, he couldn't think that quickly and smartly. He got tricked. So the strength is not everything. True. I think using our beautiful brain and using it efficiently, using it beautifully is very important, and that is what the jackal did. So. Absolutely.
It was a wonderful story. What I liked the most about this story was that be it a lion or a human being, me or you, We should never have this much pride in ourselves, in our skills or in our capacities or capabilities. If you have something important, some unique skill, then the other person has something else. Do not treat anyone else as a lower person or anyone below you.
Right.
That's what the lion did. And
you know, when I heard this story from my grandfather, so we also used to discuss the stories. So he said, "You are like lion." I said, "Why, Dadu?" So he was like, "You have strength, you have brain, but learn to use it at the right time." I was very young at that time. I didn't understand it completely at that time, but now because now I have done a lot of things and I could understand what my grandfather was trying to say. So children, why don't you narrate this story to your parents and your grandparents and your teachers and your cousins and your friends, and why don't you ask them, like, have they faced any situation where they were stuck somewhere and how they used their cleverness without harming anyone? They were out of that problem, they were out of that situation.
That's a wonderful question. Maybe they can ask their parents, their teachers, and get amazing answers.
Yes.
Also, now we don't have much time left, and it's a beautiful time going on. I'm loving it, the whole part of listening to a new story. But before leaving, I would request you to pass on any message to our viewers, the parents, the teachers, and even little children of class 1 standard. They're watching you. When you asked the question that you showed the beat and asked what story comes to your mind.
Yes.
So one of our viewers, he wrote Crow and the Fox.
Okay.
So they are all attentive here and they're watching you.
How
so
nice.
any message for any one of them?
Yes, of course. I think because today we took 2 folk tales, I would like to request all the parents and grandparents watching the program to please narrate the stories to your children and grandchildren, because that is the way to bond with your child. That is the way to pass the tradition and culture of your family. That is the way to actually inculcate values in your children. And that's how they become a problem solver and a critical thinker. Like the way we relate to the characters, wondering which character are we, wondering what we would have done in that situation. Children do it naturally. They are not able to tell it every time. They are not able to say it every time, but they do think about such things. And that's the most beautiful thing a brain can do. So parents and grandparents, please narrate stories to your children. They will love it and they will respect you even more.
Absolutely, and let this tradition go on and on and on. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence, for this wonderful explanation, for the great stories, and for the morals, and also with the open-ended question that what did you learn from the entire story instead of you telling them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the participants for your time, for your participation. Please stay with us, keep on enjoying these stories because we are coming back with a Hindi class जहां हम बात करेंगे नाटक की दुनिया पर. I'm sure you like नाटक, dramas, theatre. तो क्लास 1 के सभी बच्चे हमारे साथ जुड़े रहिए और जल्दी से हमारे साथ वापस आइए और देखते रहिए NCERT ऑफिशियल हमारा YouTube चैनल. नमस्कार.